Everyone. Today I'm going to go over a quick scalping strategy. This is a new moving average strategy that I've covered. I haven't really done this one as much, but I've seen a video about it and testing it to see how effective is it. I think it works. I'll have to see it on different time frames, but it's basically the moving average of 5 and the moving average of 8, and we're going to see. It's supposed to. I think it's the 5 EMA. It's supposed to show you kind of the path of where everything's going, and you can find those quick moments of when it's going up and down. So supposedly this is a good strategy for doing quick scalps, but I'm going to look at it. We'll look at it at different time frames. So let's get started. I'll show you how to do the 5-8 EMA strategy, and this is particularly for doing futures, but you can probably do it for options trading too, but I'm going to look at it. We're going to look at it for futures trading for today. Okay, so if you guys have not seen yesterday's video, I went over the 920 method, and it's a pretty strong strategy. You definitely can find those moments of when things are going to start going up. But what we're going to do here today is we're going to change this to a 5. We'll change this to a 5, and we'll change this to an 8 and 8. And what I look at first is, before I even get started, is I look at the times it crosses and the times that it crosses again, because what I'm looking for is, the first thing I look for in these kind of EMA strategies is, if you're doing something like a long or a call with the stock market, I want to see if usually the point of where you start and the point you end is that it usually it ends in a different higher or lower location. So we can see right here that it started to cross at around, now we're looking at XRP right now, it started at 45 cents and then it crossed at 46 cents. So that was one scalp that somebody could do. Now what I do when I look at these strategies, I turn the candles off, because you could see the pattern, and you could see the uptrend, the downtrend a lot easier. So especially when you got these EMAs so close to each other, it's easier to see. Now we got right here a downtrend. We see that it crossed right here at the price of XRP was 45. It was 45 cents, and then it crossed here. That was a quick scalp right there, if you caught that. But when you're doing this strategy, I also recommend looking at your RSI and seeing, now if you start here on a downtrend, you see where it crosses right here. Also pay attention to your RSI and see when it's actually going to cross back into the yellow line, because that's usually another indication of stopping that current trade. So it started again right here. So let's look at some other examples here, see if this is in a good EMA strategy. So we got another one here where it crossed right here, and you can see that it crossed up. You can see that the RSI is up, and the price was around 44 cents, and then it crossed again around 45. So that was another good scalp. Now if you look at the RSI where it ended, from where it is over here, you could have got out. You might, if you based your end point on the RSI, you would have probably missed out on a little bit more gains if you based it on the RSI and got out right here. But what this also did, if you based it off the RSI, is you probably got the best of the gains right here, from here to here, because you saw it get a little bit weaker. So let's go back and look a little bit more here, see how effective this is. Okay, so we see that it crossed right here, 45 cents. If we look at the RSI, we can see that it's below the yellow line. And then if we look at the next moment that it crossed, was right here. So 44, 51, and 45. So that was another good scalp right there. So I'm just going to go over this. Let's just do something that's not in the cents. Let's look at Bitcoin here. We can only really see the big difference in price if, Ripple is, a couple cents, but we can see the difference between a bigger coin. Okay, so that's an example right here. We see it crossing with Bitcoin right about here, 27,798, and then it just crossed right here at 27,907. So this was a good scalp. Let's see if this works. Now I don't turn the candles on because it's you can see it more if you just shut the candles off and you see you see where it connects, you see where it starts and where it ends. Because I don't necessarily need to see the candles for this. You can see it crossing here, 27,899, and then it crossed up here at 27,760. So that was a scalp right there. That was a good move. And let me just do this a couple more times. Okay, you see it crossing here. Bitcoin crossing here at 27,868. And then it crossed back down here at 27,900. So you guys get the general idea. This is a pretty good strategy to finding good scalps, depending if you're just doing futures. Or real quickly, let's run this with the stock market and see if this is effective for stocks as well. Let's do both today. Let's see if this is effective for both. Let's see. So we got here. I'm on the 5 minute, so we got to look for a moment that it crosses, so, which is right here. So we see that SPY cross right here at 390, and it doesn't cross. Well, it hasn't crossed yet, so you would still be in. You'd be in gains. You'd be in gains. So let's see a moment where it did cross. Let's just calculate this profit real quick. Okay, from down there to up here. So it was around here, and we took it all the way up here. That's a difference in price, $4 difference in price, so that's about $200 right there. Okay, let's just do this one more time. Okay, so we see that it crossed here, and then it crossed back up here. So we're going to check that out, see if there's any gains here. So it brought about from here to about, where was it? Right here. So yeah, that was about 50, 60, 70 bucks with the options contracts. So this strategy works pretty well for scalping. It works good for futures, and it works, from what it looks like, it works good for the stock market doing options. So this is definitely, it's not one of my favorite strategies, but it's definitely one I'm going to be looking into. It definitely looks like it's a good scalping strategy. But anyway, you could use this for both doing crypto futures or the stock market. It seems to work good for both. Anyway, if you guys like this video, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys future video.